Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, that is India and Pakistan issue which is going on, and we are going to understand the entire matter with the help of astrology and the individual horoscopes of these two nations. And we are going to study that how the things are going to manifest in future as well. Okay, so let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself or you want to study jyotish and do courses, you can go on this website. The link is shown in description. You can also connect on the WhatsApp number shown below for consultation and courses. So we are going to discuss about India and Pakistan issue today. But before moving on, I want to say that I have already made several videos on mundane astrology, means astrology which deals with the global affairs, and those videos have been made in December last year. The link of those videos is shown above in the I button. Click on that, and also given in the description. There I have discussed not just specifically to India. I have made a specific video for Mars Mahadasha for India. There we have discussed many issues, and all those issues which we have discussed, they are reflected right now. But the point here is that apart from that, all the things taking into account on the global scale have been discussed, like the main video which is regarding the end of the Yuga, the Kali Yuga part. So there we have discussed that what will be the upcoming timeline for next 15-20 years, because we are running through a big shift in time, and it's not just for one particular year or not just for one particular nation. It is going to impact the entire earth, and that is the kind of time we are running right now, whether it is on a climate change scale or global economy part, or individual nations fighting with each other, or any other kind of troubles which create harm to society and civilization. Everything has been discussed in those videos, and positive aspects also. It's not all bad news. Many good news is also there. So I request to watch those videos and see that there are many events which are already happening across the world. And I'm just saying this before, because don't think that this is a post-mortem analysis or whatever. I've already made those videos and said these things. So we are going to discuss now India and Pakistan issue, and we will see their individual horoscopes. Each nation also has a horoscope, and how the things are, why the things are happening right now the way they are, and what kind of things we can expect in the upcoming time. Okay, so these kind of things. So here we'll just start with Pakistan first. So you can see the horoscope and see whether you understand astrology or not. Still, what I will say, you will be able to understand everything, even if you are a layman. But people who understand astrology, you will be able to understand much better, and they will be able to see that how beautifully it works. Okay, so in this case, I'll tell the main things first, and then we'll see the planetary alignments, that why the things are with this nation the way they are. So understand that India and Pakistan gained independence approximately at the same time. Pakistan got a day earlier, and we got on 15th August. And there has been importance of astrology there as well. Our first president, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, he actually consulted learned astrologers at that in that time, as to in order to know that when is the best muhurat, means a good time to sign the independence from Britishers. And Pakistan and the leaders of that nation, they didn't care about that. They don't believe in that. But that is the, I'll say, consequence that they are paying off till now, because planets are so powerful, they control each and everything. And that is why if you see that two nations coming into independence parallelly at the same time, and yet they have very different trajectories in future. One nation is moving on the way forward for progress and development and growth, and another nation is still suffering and trapped in past. So why is that? That is the reason we will study this chart. And right now, if we see, there are certain common themes which we can expect, because Pakistan's horoscope is very weak, very weak. I'll tell you all the reasons, but this is a very I'll say weak horoscope, and planets don't have strength, and they are negatively placed as well. So in this case, Pakistan, first of all, what will be the issues which this nation will always face, and it has faced and it will continue to face, but is still, first of all, it will be poverty, economic collapse, no resources, continuous debts, no finances, no peace, and then no political stability. Democracy will not exist in a good way. Majority control of power in the military. Then the themes which will drive the leadership as well as the public of the nation will be anger, hatred, jealousy, insecurity, illiteracy, narrow-mindedness, orthodox behavior, violence, fights and wars. And they cannot win war anytime. Impossible. Not possible to win war. Then another thing, no industries, no businesses can survive. Head of a state, the person who will become the head of a state, whether PM or president, whoever, or any prominent personality, will always suffer. Either will be jailed, either will be killed or assassinated, or will suffer, or will go in exile or whatever. He will suffer all the time. Then I'll tell reasons for all of them. Then another thing will be Pakistan will also face internal civil war and continuous territory loss. So continuous territorial loss. So what are a country is made from a particular territory, na? So they lost territory in form of East Pakistan in 1971 when Indo-Pak war happened and Bangladesh was created. So Bangladesh was before East Pakistan. So it lost the territory then. Then now I'll tell the combinations for that. But now high chances that it will lose territory again to partition or any kind of issues. So internal civil war, partition of Balochistan, Sindh and Khyber area can be seen, particularly the Balochistan area can be seen. And major disputes and wars with the neighboring countries, particularly India, will be, they have been there, they will be continue to be there. But main thing will be that the region, particularly the mountainous region, will be the main, I'll say, epicenter for violence and wars and any kind of means these activities. Then another point that harboring terrorism and everything, and foreign powers will dominate and will be dependent on them, particularly China. Then the thing will be a war-mongering nation. A war-mongering nation. Now I'll tell, and the current time period is not that great because Pakistan is going to be in a deep trouble as of now. So Venus, Mercury, and not just on war front, it will be in deep trouble on all aspects, whether economy, whether political stability, whether the territorial sovereignty, everything will be compromised. So Venus, Mercury is going to be a very bad period, which it is going through right now. It will be there till October 26, but particularly the time period, current time period, which is there, Venus, Mercury, Moon, and Venus, Mercury, Mars, they are quite negative. Actually, the entire dasha is bad, but if we look at till July 25, much negative. So the point here is that why. So we'll take each of the issue in this case, and I'll explain. See, in astrology, the main thing is the Lagna and the Moon. So Lagna Lord and Moon, they govern the strength of the entire chart. If they are weak, no matter how good your other planets are, the chart does not have power. The strength is not there. So in this case, first of all, it is falling in Aries. Aries is a movable sign and ruled by Mars. Mars is very hot-headed, fire, anger, violence, vindication, jealousy, all these things. So, and that is why I said that this is the importance that we gained independence on 15th August after Dr. Rajendra Prasad consulted good astrologers. We actually gained independence then. when moon, because that was the suggestion given at that moment of time, that moon should enter in Pushya, because the other combinations were not that great. India also struggled a lot, but we came a long way since our independence. We have our issues, but we came a long way as well. So moon in Pushya, for them moon in Ardra. First of all, the point here is that it is in a dual sign, not good. Second, it is with Mars, in conjunction with Mars. Mars is a planet and moon is peace of mind, moon is peace, moon is growth, moon is prosperity. Moon is political stability also, and moon determines the mental patterns of the public of the nation. So if moon is damaged, then it is going to create a lot of issues. In India, moon is in Cancer, in Pushya. So Cancer is more emotion and peace driven. Pushya is also peace driven. That is why we are more peace driven. We are not warmongering nation. But in this case, what is happening? It is with Mars, and that too in Ardra, Rahu's nakshatra. And Ardra particularly is a Rudra nakshatra, ruled by Rudra, god of destruction. So in this case, what happens that Lagna is Aries, fire sign. Mars is the ruler in Gemini, and it is a movable sign. Movable means something which is not fixed. So for a nation, you need stability. You need something fixed. We have Taurus ascendant, fixed Rashi. In this case, what is happening? Aries ascendant, a movable Rashi. You will never be stable. So the thing here is movable sign. Second, Mars, which is a hot, impulsive, fiery planet. Then moon is damaged. Moon and Mars conjunction is a negative conjunction. That too in Ardra, Rahu's nakshatra. So all these issues. Then comes Mercury's weakness. So Mercury in this case is very bad, because Mercury is in Cancer and it is in Mrityu Bhag. Whenever Mercury is in Cancer at 12 degrees plus minus 40 minutes, it enters into a condition known as Mrityu Bhag. So people who don't understand astrology, for them to make it simple, Mrityu means death, Bhag means position. It means that Mercury is sitting in a particular degree where it enters into complete loss of its strength, it dies. It does not have any power. So any planet which does not have any power, it is dead. So the other planets which are dependent on it for support will not have any strength also. So which planets are dependent on Mercury? Mars, Moon, Saturn, Venus and Sun, 5 planets. Because Mars and Moon are in the Rashi, Gemini, zodiac sign of Mercury. Saturn, Venus, Sun are in nakshatra of Mercury. So what happens here is that 5 planets, including Mercury, lose strength. Hence, this chart becomes very weak. Horoscope is very weak, very poor. And no prosperity will be there. Why? Because Venus is second lord of income, natural karak, significator of money, Lakshmi, economy, growth, prosperity. So Venus is first of all combust, hemmed between malefic Saturn and Sun, not gaining strength and support. And it is second lord of income, savings. And Saturn is 11th lord, again that is also combust and not that great in Cancer. So what happens in this case, that this horoscope becomes weak. Placement of Jupiter in 7th is also not considered good. So what happens in this case, that like I said, poverty will always be there. Economy will never be good. No economic stability, no resources. Saturn, it is with 6th lord. Mercury, 6th house is loans and debts. Saturn is the karak of debts. The loans and debts, always dependent on loans and debts. No, because Saturn, Mercury, Venus are merchants and traders. Businesses will never prosper. No industries, no businesses. And if there are no businesses, no industries, there will be obviously no economy growth. So poverty, no resources, loans, debts, no finances, no businesses, no industries. That is the issue. Then another point will be democracy will not be there, political instability, because 4th house is throne. Sun is the king, the person who is ruling, who is the prime minister or president, the governing person. And Sun in 4th house loses directional strength. And Sun is not gaining support from Mercury. Sun and Saturn is a malefic combination. They are enemy to each other. Then more driven by military, because Mars, Lagna Lord is Mars. Mars is military, army, defense. So the country is more governed by army, not by civil administration. Democracy is not going to be very powerful in the nation, and the person who is going to rule, he will suffer, because sun is weak. So sun means the head, he will suffer. So either the person will be assassinated, will be jailed, or will go in exile, anything. And that has happened in their history all the time. They have been either killed, jailed, or exiled. That has happened. So that is another point. Then no peace, because 4th house is peace. 4th house is sukha, happiness, prosperity. It's not going to be there. Then other point, the common theme of the nation driven by Moon and Mars. Moon is emotions, Mars is aggression, anger, and that too in Ardra. Not a good sign. And Mercury is your thinking, buddhi. Kubuddhi, subuddhi. So here it is kubuddhi. Kubuddhi means intelligence, intellect, but you are using it in harmful, negative, wrong directions. And that is the overall mentality. So, more driven by anger, hatred, jealousy, vindication, vengeance, insecurity, past, and hence illiteracy, narrow-mindedness, orthodox, conservative approach, violence, Mars, Moon, Ardra, violence, fights, wars, but will lose every time, because this horoscope is weak. Sun is weak. If Sun is weak, Saturn is weak. Can't win. So in this case, will lose. And another point will be 4th house is your territory, the nation, the sovereignty. 1st house and 4th house. So here it is afflicted. 4th house and Moon and Mars are not that great. So what will happen? Your own impulsive, irrational actions, that is Mars, Ardra and Aries for you. Own irrational, impulsive actions will create problems, and they will throw the nation more into deprivation and losses. The public will suffer, and that has happened so far and will continue to happen. Internal civil war issues, because 4th house is your public, and in this case 4th lord is going in 12th from itself. Mercury and Moon are in exchange, not a good sign. So what happens here is that the yogas are for internal civil war and loss of territory. So one they lost in 1971 East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh. Now again they will lose in the form of Balochistan. That will also happen. And mainly the mountain regions will be more affected. Why? Because Ardra, they are sitting in Ardra. Ardra rules mountains, hilly areas, isolated areas. It governs that. Then another point will be, and that is where the Kashmir is also again mountains. Then driven by foreign powers, particularly China, because for China the horoscope, if you see China's horoscope, it has Mars in Cancer, and if you superimpose China's Mars will fall in 4th house of Pakistan, which will be like passive control by that country, and that is going to be more common in upcoming time. But the point here is that this is why these planets are, these things are happening, because these issues, these planets. And another thing is terrorism. Rahu is terrorism. Mars is like fighting in the battleground. Rahu is sneaky. Rahu is like diplomacy, tact, and something hidden, and yet unconventional. You are not following the norms. You are killing innocent people. Rahu. Adharma means immorality, unethical behavior. So Moon and Mars are in Rahu's nakshatra. Not good. So the issue here is that harboring terrorism, becoming the epicenter for terrorism, and other issues which I mentioned, they are there. So currently if you see the time period, Venus, Mercury, Moon. So Venus is Marak, 2nd and 7th lord, a bad planet for Aries ascendant. Mercury, another bad planet, 3rd and 6th lord. Double Marak Dasha is going on. Then Moon and Mars, they are together. own self bad actions are going to create troubles. And every time, if you see all the wars that Pakistan has had with India, Pakistan initiated, because Mars is impulsive, Rahu is impulsive, Moon is fast. So every time you will initiate and you will face the brunt. India never initiates, they initiate. So that is the issue. But now the point here is that in this case, whether you see the war of Kargil, whether you see 1971 war, or before that Kashmir war or 65 war, Venus and Mercury have played a very vital role. Venus, Mercury, Mars and Moon in this case. So like Kargil war happened when Mercury Dasha was running. Mercury in 1999. So Mercury Saturn was going on here. Mercury Saturn when Kargil happened with India. And 1971 war happened when Saturn Venus were there. Saturn Venus. And now Venus Mercury is going on. Okay. So Venus Mercury is going on, and in that too Moon. So the attack, the terrorist attack that they did, pahalgam attack, that happened in Moon. And Moon and Mars, the time period, actually the entire dasha is all bad. They are going to suffer a lot. But the point here is that Moon and Mars, they are more crucial as compared to the war part, because Mars is war, Moon is also showing this destruction, in this case not a good planet, and they are in the nakshatras of means Rahu, and particularly Ardra, which is the nakshatra of destruction. So the thing here is that Venus Mercury Moon, Venus Mercury Mars particularly comes out to be a negative period, and all the issues which I mentioned, they are going to be there. Not just the military escalation or issues with India, but at the same time internal political struggles, economic destability completely, internal civil war and loss of territory, partition can be seen, Balochistan issue gaining more momentum, and ultimately it is going to be creating a big issue for them. So that kind of these things can be seen. If we look at India's horoscope, this is India's horoscope. This is India's horoscope. So in this case, what is happening, that for us, like I said, the horoscope is strong because we don't have that placement of moon or malefic planets upon the lagna. But the point here is that for India, the current time period is not that great. Any time we have faced issues, not just right now, any time, you can just see it from previous pattern also. Whenever Venus, Moon, Jupiter, Rahu and Saturn, whenever Venus, Moon, Jupiter, Rahu and Saturn, 5 planets have come either in Mahadasha, Antardasha or Pratyantardasha, they have created troubles in India on a bigger scale. So all the issues, whether it is the Kashmir war of 47, then 62 Indo-China war, then 65 Indo-Pak war, 1971 Indo-Pak war, 99 Kargil war, 2001 Parliament attack, 84 Bhopal gas tragedy, or whether it was 1984 riots after Indira Gandhi's assassination, or whether it is 91 assassination of Rajiv Gandhi, then it is all kinds of terrorist attacks that we had, the 26/11/2008 Mumbai attacks, or the Pulwama attack, Kupwara attack, Uri attack, or this Pahalgam attack, everything, whatever you will just tally, you will see that Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, majority events which have harmed India, they have happened in these dashas, in the dashas of these planets: Venus, Venus, Moon, Jupiter, Rahu, Saturn. Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, majority of the time they have been running some or the other way. So, and Moon is specifically, because see, Moon technically looks good, and it is. It's not making us a bad nation or driven by jealousy or negative thought of mind, or we are more peace-driven nation. But the point here is that Moon is third lord in third house, and third house is 8th from 8th. Third house is a Trishadaya house, not a good house. Moon is in 6th house with Ketu. Another thing is Moon is in Gaja Kesari Yoga with Jupiter, means Moon is in Kendra with Jupiter. So Jupiter for Taurus ascendant is not good. It is a malefic, it is a enemies, 8th lord in 6th house. So Moon is going to activate the Gaja Kesari Yoga, means whenever Moon and Jupiter are in 1, 4, 7, 10 places from each other. So that is manifesting in birth chart also, that is manifesting in Navamsha chart also. But Moon is first of all a malefic. Second, it is in 6th house with Ketu. Third, it is making a malefic Gajketari yoga with Jupiter. So it shows that it has potential to create harm and troubles and all kind of terrorist attacks that have happened. Majority of the time they have happened in Moon. Some or the other way Moon was involved. You can just tally it majority of the times. So the thing here is that Moon is creating a malefic situation for India. And one more thing, we are running Sandhi time. Sandhi Kal means transition period, like I told you. So Mars is going to start from, Mars Mahadasha will start from 9th September 2025 for 7 years. Now Moon is in the ending phase. So after 4 months, Mars will start. So what will happen, that Moon has to lay the foundation for the upcoming Mars Dasha, and that is happening right now. So Moon is itself responsible for these activities because it is a malefic in the chart, and since it has to pave the way for upcoming Mars Dasha, I have made a separate video on Mars Mahadasha. You can watch that, like I said. But the thing here is that Moon, Sun, Rahu. So Moon, Sun, Rahu. So just see the planets which I mentioned. So Rahu is terrorism, and Rahu, understand, Mars, Rahu and Jupiter, they are sitting in Ardra, Kritika and Vishakha, which are nakshatras of war and violence. War and violence. So Rahu started from 15th April and it is running right now, and that is when we had this attack, pahalgam attack. Then Jupiter is going to start from 12th May to 4th June. The period particularly till June comes out to be very prominent because these dashas, these planets, they have previously given troubles, issues on bigger scale in India, and right now also they are running, and we are seeing these issues. And like I mentioned, this is not just for one nation. Here we are talking about India only, but just watch that video of the end of Kali Yuga and everything. There you will understand that it is not just for one nation, it will be on a global scale. It's not just India is one nation which is facing the brunt. No, it's a long transition, and every country and whole earth will be impacted by that scenario in its own way. So in this case, Moon, Sun, Rahu is running. Moon, Sun, Jupiter. So we can see that right now we are facing issues. And Moon has also created issues in terms of internal disputes as well, like any kind of riots, any kind of violence internally. And India also has to be prepared, not just for war or issues on the military front, any kind of escalation on Pakistan end, but it has to take care of any kind of violent activities which can take place particularly in the northeast and the east portion of the country, Bengal and the northeast, and any kind of issue with the Bangladesh that can happen. So we can face these kind of issues in the upcoming time period. And internally also, like on economic scale and everything, I have made separate video on Mars Dasha. You can look into that. But the thing here is that the time frame, even though we will come out good, that's not a problem. India in this case is not going to be like in a it has to face a struggle, but we'll come out of that. That is the point. But right now the thing here is that we are seeing these issues. Why? That I told you. But in the upcoming time frame, we also have to take I'll say take some measures to at least see and counter some issues which can escalate in other parts of the country, particularly the northeast and the eastern regions. So that can happen. Other than that, any kind of pressure and everything that is already there. But one more thing, I'm not going to take it here, but our PM, Shri Narendra Modi ji's horoscope, in his case, he has Mars moon in the ascendant, and obviously he's going to be a very strong leader, coming out to be leading the nation in these tough times. But he has combinations that he is going to lead well, but he has to face war times, riots, or violence. So when he became chief minister of Gujarat for the first time, he faced the bloodiest riot in the history of India, which happened during that time in Godhra, Gujarat. So he controlled and he sustained. And same thing is happening right now. He is also running, I think, his Mars Dasha individually. So in his case, he has those combinations where there is high possibility that he will be ending up leading the nation in tough times, particularly in face of internal rebellion or riots or any kind of warlike situations. And so these kind of stuff can be seen. So it's not going to be very easy for him because of his own horoscope as well. But in general, it's not the bad news for India. It is like we will come out through this obviously victorious. But why these things are happening, that I explained. Okay, so that is all from my end, and I thought that people should at least be knowing this from the perspective of astrological view, and that is all. I hope you like this video. If you are new to my channel, subscribe below for more posts or reels and everything. You can connect on my Instagram, Facebook page and website. The link is shown in the description. Else we'll meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.